What is going on, guys? MJ2005 Gundam here, and today I'm going to be taking a quick look at the P-Bandai high-grade Gundam TR-1 Hyzenthlay Rah 2 from Advance of Zeta the Flag of Titans. But before I begin, please be sure to check out my TR-1 Hyzenthlay review if you want a more detailed look of this kit, because the articulation and the accessories, save for one extra composite shield booster, are identical. Links will be up in the cards up above. Now, back to this guy. Lore-wise, the differences between the two are that the Hyzenthlay is a concept design, so as far as I know, it never made it onto the battlefield. But this right here did actually make it onto the battlefield. It is the ultimate form of the Gundam TR-1, and is basically the Hyzenthlay Rah second form condensed, but on crack at the same time. Now, physical differences include, first of all, the phallic subarm that's hanging from the back. This is not the one that came in the kit, by the way. I'm going to explain that later on. You do have the 402 units. You do have the pieces over here that poke out, mimicking the woundward Rah, which I hate. Of course, the color scheme. You do have an extra booster on the crotch that is constantly pointing forward, and you do have the Angel V-fin. Now, a lot of you guys have been asking me whether or not the Angel V-fin can work on any of the other Advanced Zeta kits. Now let me take it off and show you. It is plugged onto an adapter that goes into where the V-fin normally goes. So the adapter only works on the TR-1 Hyzenthlay helmets. Hence, the adapter will not work on any of the other TR-1 variants. But for the TR-6, now the TR-6 Hyzenthlay molds will not work. But for the TR-6 Woundward and the Hazel 2, that is going to be a slightly different story, because the curvature of the skirt on the Angel over here is perfect for the forehead of the TR-6. So with a little bit of modification, you can actually get this thing to fit if you cement it on. However, I am a little bit sus of the hole that is on the back of the Angel's head. So maybe perhaps they will release a blue variant, basically a Titan's color variant of the Woundward, and include an adapter there to plug on the Angel V-fin onto the TR-6. We'll have that to look forward to, or else the whole will have no meaning. But as of current, the only kits that can accommodate the Angel V-fin are this kit right here and the original TR-1 Hyzenthlay. And, well, structural integrity wise, as you guys can see, it's a little bit of a hassle. It's a bit finicky, just because the adapters for the 2s to go onto the TR-1's waist are a little bit loose. Like, I feel like the hole has more space in there, but the peg is just not long enough to utilize at all. And, well, the new adapters for the shoulder pieces, they are solid as hell. They work perfectly fine. You do also have all of the rotations that you can utilize on the pieces over here, but unfortunately there is no tipping joint for the shoulder cannons, just as per usual. Now, yeah, the waist pieces are causing me havoc over here, but what you can do is, oh my god, basically glue them on, just because I doubt you will be using the armor cartridges in place of these things right here, because they do look awesome. Now, in the subject of the phallic subarm over here, this is ripped off from my 2 units that is basically cannibalizing the TR-6 Hazel 2, because I absolutely hated that thing. So I'm going to put the parts to good use. Now over here, yeah, you have the blue frame. It kind of irks a lot of people, but I don't really care. It's in the back and it's functional. So yeah, I don't care. But the kit gives you a phallic subarm in the form of a dummy. Now, I never cut these out just because I don't care to. And as you can see, yeah, it looks horrendous. You don't even have a sticker for the V on the crotch. You do have a lot of color details to paint in. You do have a lot of hollow pieces that are going to be sticking out. Now, the only advantage of this thing is that it doesn't cause you OCD when you want to angle the phallic subarm. But that's basically about it. It's unpainted, has a lot of hollow pieces. It doesn't work. So yeah, if you do have the TR-6 Hazel 2, you can actually cannibalize that thing and put the phallic subarm onto the back of the booster, the shark head of the backpack over here, given that you have a peg-to-peg adapter. So that's the only limitation that limits you guys from retrofitting the, oh my god, from retrofitting the TR-6 Hazel 2 subarm onto the back of the booster. And of course, the front booster does come with the feature that allows you to open up the cannon if you don't knock off the Hyzenthlay 2 units. Now, articulation wise, this thing has everything that the original has, but it is going to be a little bit finicky and a little bit troublesome to get everything to move just because of the bulk on the top. Now, the legs are fine, save for going outwards, because of the troublesome Hyzenthlay 2 units, but this thing is basically bricked, and it will even be more bricked if you bring in the composite shield boosters, just because you will actually have a lot of colliding on the body. Now, it doesn't really have any weight issues per se, especially if you actually shrink the composite shield boosters down with the pieces that came in the kit, but overall this thing is going to be a little bit hard to move around just because of all the stuff that is equipped onto the Hyzenthlay Rah 2. But overall, except for the Hyzenthlay 2 units, this kit is still alright. Comparison time. Now, unfortunately, I've already customized the original TR-1 Hyzenthlay, so I can't really show you that. But I can show you how far the Hazel line has came with the dual booster type Hazel right here. So from being sensible to being on crack. And then let me bring in the TR-6 Woundwort. And then finally, let me actually just bring in the original Gundam. Just because even with Gundams that are sensible in height, they cannot be sensible in armaments whatsoever. What is even more crazy is the amounts of leftover parts, because among the 30 something plates that this kit comes with, only 10 of them are empty, and all of them are small plates. Let's get on with it, shall we? First of all, in no particular order, you do get the E1 plate with the original head crest for the Hyzenthlay V-fin. So if you don't like the Angel V-fin for some stupid reason, you can actually fit the original one on, because it does come with the original V-fin pieces for you to use them. Now, the A plates of the Primrose over here does come with all the leftover pieces from that kit, so if you want to use them, use them. And then you do have the, the C plate of the original Hazel, so you do have the grenade launchers, holsters, all that kind of good stuff. Alt mechanics, if you like the ball joints, go for that. And then the G plates, you do have the leftover pieces from the TR-1 Hyzenthlay, the immovable subarms, but you don't have enough pieces to get those built. So unfortunately, if you want that, you can't. You don't even get a torso piece. Now here is the original V-fin for the Hyzenthlay molds. And then you do have the A plate, which is the leftover majority. So I don't have the beam saber cut out, just because I don't want to deal with that thing. And you have the armor cartridges. Unfortunately, you have no place to store them. All of the yellow pieces, a lot of pieces from the original shield booster, all that kind of good stuff. And then you do have the twin B plates over here. So yeah, what am I gonna do with these? What the hell am I gonna do with these? Like, of course, hand covers. I can use them for the extra hands that this thing comes with. Sure, but what about the rest? Like, my god, this is the shining break all over again. And then you do have the B1 plates over here with all of the Primrose joints. So yeah, you still have the angled trigger finger hand, not that you need to use it, because you don't need to use the long blade rifle in this part, unless you want to. Gunplay's freedom. D plates, alt mechanics, the toss of the arms, you do have the old waist piece, new arms, all of them are molded in KPS plastic, so that's nice, it'll be better for painting. And let's get on to the nightmare, shall we, because I didn't build the Hyzenthlay 2 units that came in this kit, just because I have so many. I want to just cut down on the workload for me. But you do have a lot of extra pieces from the kit. So basically the top portion of the XA plate is left over. Good luck finding a use for those if you don't have enough TR6s. And then you do have 4 XB plates. I'm only going to bring in 1 just because I can't deal with 4. So what you will have left is basically the adapters on this portion of the plate. So only the top left corner is used. And then the XC plate over here. Now what you will have left over is basically this piece, because this is for the Primrose 2. You do have this piece left over because you don't get the cannon, and you have this thing over here, also used for the Primrose 2. You do also have the XC2 plate. Basically, you cut off half the plate, and this is all the things that you need. And then finally, the laughing plate. So, what you will have left from these 4 sons of that are gonna laugh at you for buying too many Hyzenthlay are the cannon pieces over here and the cockpit piece of the Primrose 2. Laugh at me all you want, plate. Laugh at me all you want. So that is going to wrap it up for the TR-1 Hyzenthlay Rah 2 quick look. Now the major turnout points are the loose waist binders, incredibly loose, it will fall off whenever you try to move him, and the phallic subarm on the back that is unusable and uncolored. But the pros are the intimidation factor, just because of all the firepower that it carries, and the Angel V-fin. So overall the looks are pretty good, but objectively I'm gonna give this thing a 5 out of 10. Not only because of the loose pieces, but because it is extremely annoying to try and pose this thing, because the articulation is completely bricked, and the loose waist binders are causing me havoc. And the thing I don't know if I mentioned or not is the chest pieces. They are like handling the high grade Exia chest pieces, which is extremely frustrating, as you guys know. But whether or not I would recommend this variant over the original, I'm gonna say it depends on what you're looking for. Just because if you're looking for a sensible design that doesn't look like too much of a traditional Gundam, then go for the TR-1 Hyzenthlay. But if you're looking for intimidation but irritation for fixing all of the issues that this thing comes with, goes for the Hyzenthlay Rah 2. So that's gonna wrap it up for this review. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you did like it, please be sure to drop a like, comment, and also subscribe for more Gunpla reviews, Gunpla news, and all that kind of stuff. Subscribe to the future channels on my channel page if you haven't, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.